back to his channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you. Well, here is the big man.
Hold your applause, hold your applause. Ooh.
These are just things to help my hands, not any gloves. Just things to help my hands, because, yeah.
I'd like to thank Dr. Sam for that fantastic intro.
You're welcome.
Maybe next time he won't burn the turkey and need lotion on his hands. Just
Burn
kidding.
the turkey.
He just has dry alligator hands.
Yeah. But they're going to be better. They're going to be better soon. Well, I'll let you get to it. I'm going to have to go to bed a little bit earlier, so I might see you later, guys, so, because aren't you going to be streaming longer?
Yep.
A few more days? Yeah, so I definitely might see you more. So, yeah. See ya. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video.
Riley Parker says, "Hi, Beatbox Kid."
What's up, Riley Parker?
Riley Parker, hope your night's going well. Hope you have fewer bugs than I do. $9.17. Thank you for the hearts.
Yep, thank you for the hearts. We enjoy all of that. We're not like these other YouTubers that just care to be famous. We actually care for the fans.
Exactly.
Get it? Exactly. Egg.
Dr. Eggman. Exactly.
Okay. Come on.
Let's see. Hopefully everyone's having a good, what day is this? Tuesday? Good Tuesday evening.
Hey, so when he gets done his stream, maybe like in the morning or later, you guys should, check out my, new video I made. It's another ASMR, but it's just with glue, so you should definitely check it out. Well, night. Peace.
Alright, time to get rolling here. Making some serious progress on the game finally. Just going to keep working on getting this thing to Alpha 1.0. It's not even at beta yet. But all I'm doing now is making sure that the monster's logic is consistent. So we have consistent logic with the smallest enemy types, and I'm just going to walk through each enemy type, make sure that they all spawn and behave normally. There will be some differences, which is the thing I need to find. Spot the difference. Okay, recurring scene updates. Am I missing something here? Oh, here it is. All right. So let's make this random from 1 to 1. And that is the small enemy. Let's run that test. Hey Blaze, how you doing this evening, bro?
What day are you streaming again?
Maybe tomorrow.
Night, y'all. Maybe see you tomorrow.
Yeah, school treating you all right? All right, looks like the fire tower is working with those guys. Let's try these. That looks pretty good. Let's try the water tower. That's working. Let's try ice. Now that's working as well. Let's do the moon tower, which is probably my laggiest tower. Yeah, glad to hear it, man. Keep up the good work. And the arcane tower. I'm just running... Ooh, there's a bug right there. Just running some tests here. So that is something to fix. I'm glad I caught that. So whenever... Oh, what in the world? I made my head weird. I had the wrong window targeted when I hit Control S. It's stupid. I need to resize this thing. You're watching Season 2 bloopers. Why is it so stretched? We need the original. There's normal size right there. Bring it down. And then bring in the sides. There we go. Something like that. Oh man, I wish you got a screenshot of my whitened face. If this were, if you were watching from the Twitch side, you could just clip it. I'm gonna hit the little lock icon. Hopefully that fixes it. Oh yeah, go answer your dad. Alright, let's see. I need to go down to the moon tower. So it was whenever... Let me check something real quick. So I think if I transfer off of the moon tower to any tower, the moons remain. Let's see if that's the case. So moon, holy, yeah, okay. In that case, what I need is probably not that bad. I just need to go down to the section where I delete the tower, and I'm going to use some of that logic. So right here, delete all moon that are linked to tower base. I think that's it. So I just need to do that anytime I upgrade a tower. All things linked to tower base, tower upgrade options. If the Boolean value, welcome back. If the Boolean value of variable being upgraded of the tower base is true, tower upgrade buttons is clicked. All right, so right now we're going to see if, let's do a Control V. That should do the trick. So let's test that just if we transfer to the arcane tower alone. Let's see if that does the trick. You're saying it needs a frame, like, to make it look nice? I was just thinking about that. No, I was literally just thinking about that. You read my mind. Well, I don't still have it open. I was looking at Streamlabs to find a frame right before the stream, but did not decide on something for a frame. There we go. That did the trick. Let's make sure... Ooh, that's going to be an issue right there, too. So if we have multiple, though, let's make sure it doesn't remove multiple. But if it's currently holding an enemy, that's a problem. So, interesting. I'm glad I'm catching these before I launch the game. Roblox Squid Games aren't that real? Yeah, like kind of cartoony. Alright, so now I need to check. I think the tower has a variable called holding enemy or something. Let me double check. I think I can get the ID of the enemy. So repeat for each instance of the black hole. Change the enemy position of enemies. Maybe I can link the enemy. So it would be linked to the black hole. Enemies. Link to the black hole. And then up here, you said with the games, they mostly just have you do QTEs. Recently saw a video where someone made like realistic games in Roblox. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Sounds pretty fun. So I'm going to test this down here. So we're going to say... add an event line here, move this up, delete all moons that are linked to the tower base. I guess these don't, actually that stays there. And then we're going to say, enemies linked to the black hole. Then enemy's position that'll be set to spawn enemy spawner basic X and Y. Y, oh Y. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Let's just play around and find out. And then after that, delete the moons and the tower base. And then if we delete the tower base, the black hole goes with it, I believe. Yeah, I do use OBS. Let me think. Not Streamlabs. I think I said Streamlabs. I use OBS, but I have Stream Elements for my overlays. For some of them. So that one's holding an enemy, and this is what I'm trying to figure out. And I think it worked. So it almost, let me see here. Okay, it worked. So what happened was the moon tower sucks in an enemy and it holds it there for a while. But if I delete the tower while it's holding something, now I want it to move it back to the original spawn position. But I also need to reactivate the excuse me, the pathfinding behavior. I have heard of Streamlabs. That's an alternative to OBS, and it looks pretty solid as well. I didn't look into the texture variation in GDevelop. My question for you was, what kind of texture variation are you looking for? Because I know texture variation is often used for 3D, but I'm only using 2D in the engine right now. So was there something specific you were wanting to look into? So activate pathfinding behavior of enemies, yes. We will say that. That should do the trick, and then let's copy that whole thing, and then up here, where we do these things. Let's see. So what I would need to do a couple of conditions here. I need to check for the tower base animation. So animation by, I think it's number 9. So if it's the moon tower, and then also if I guess we can check if the black hole is stuck to the tower. Because I think that's the case. And if that's the case, then take into account all enemies linked to the black hole. So let's give that a test. Yeah, I mentioned Streamlabs on accident. I meant Stream Elements. Minecraft-ish variations. Minecraft-ish and variations. There's multiple textures, and one of those textures can show up. So, I think I know what you're saying. Are you talking about, when you say texture, do you mean like if you have an object like so for example, this is one object right here with different images or textures. Is this what you mean? So this whole thing is just one item, but it can look different. Is that kind of what you mean? I did not know that the frontman's actor is right-handed. I had no idea. But yeah, multiple textures that are kind of similar. So this one here and this one here are very similar, except this one has gold around it. So almost identical, but with different colors. Yeah, and so I do that as well. Like, for example, if the cold enemy gets too close to the towers, they turn blue, right? So that's like another texture. It's technically a different hue, but I think it's what you're referring to. And then when the cold monster is not near the tower, it goes back to normal. Or even when you're placing a tower, if it's over an obstacle, it turns red. But instead of just turning red, I could also make it a slightly different image too if I wanted. Yeah, what about actions and stuff? That didn't seem to work, actually. Let me see here. So it moved. Let's actually go back down. Oh yeah, what's the cool update? Oh, oops, I forgot to say yes. Yes. And then, wait, activate behavior sticker. What? What in the world? Activate behavior pathfinding of enemies. Why did it turn into sticker? There. Well, it changed back again. What in the world is happening here? G-develop, you defy me. I'm so confused right now. Let's go look at the enemy's object and see what's happening with its behavior. Its behavior is kind of naughty. Actions and stuff is getting 3D items. Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty cool to get... Are you talking about, like, items that are 3D with actual 3D graphics instead of 2D textures on each face? Let's see, which one of these? The profile's a chicken. So it's a separate channel, not a separate playlist. It's called Matter, M-A-D-R. Oh, this must be it. All right. Oh, made. Got you. Very cool. I mean, it makes sense. It seems like that should be the default anyway. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, showing the player's arm is a modern touch for sure. It's something that probably non-Minecraft players would be like, isn't that normal? But Minecraft players know that that's a much needed addition to the game. Minecraft players know. Pathfinding. So it has pathfinding behavior. I wonder why it's doing this to me. Just making sure that they all actually have the behavior. Pathfinding, I mean, they should because they all move. Okay, all right. So then activate the behavior, pathfinding of enemies, no. It's acting like... It's acting like there's no other behavior here. Gonna give G Develop the old reboot. Maybe it's because the boss. That must be the problem. Okay, I'm gonna check him out. Alright, so I added the pathfinding behavior to the boss, and I think that will... Yes, it should give me the option to change the behavior here, in theory. So boss, behaviors, pathfinding. What else is in this group? Enemy. All these enemies. Oh, just run some checks here. All right, so I have, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are there 11 here in the group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are. And behavior. There it is. Okay, it showed up now. Good grief. Let's test that. All right. Oops, I'm not even showing the screen. So this is odd. So if it pulls in an enemy and then I destroy it, the enemy does briefly move over here and then it moves back to the tower position. I think I know why. I need to... take you into account. I need to delete the black hole before I reactivate the behavior. So change the position, delete the stuff, and then activate the behavior. Let's try that. The only thing I'm concerned about there is if there are no enemies actually there, is it still going to delete? So we're going to find out. All right, that did not fix it. Alright, so why... Maybe I can just capture the ID of the enemy. A couple of things I could do here. Maybe I'll just tell the black hole to have... I'll give it a variable, a Boolean variable to tell it if the, you know, suction behavior is active. And then shut that off. So variable. Oh, it does have holding enemy. I'm going to use that too. And Boolean, which will default as true. So take into account all enemies linked to the black hole. Variable. So if holding an enemy is true, then delete all of the moons that are linked. Okay, that should work. And then right here, we're going to change that black hole variable. Change that to inactive, so that will be set to false. Oh, you didn't miss much. I'm just chasing down a little bug here where whenever I delete a moon tower that's holding an enemy, the enemy was remaining at the black hole location. So now I'm trying to reset it to the spawn point. And at the moment, I have that working, but then it immediately jumps back to the black hole. So I've almost got it figured out, though. So we're going to change the variable active of the black hole, set that to false. And then we're going to go up to the black hole behavior up here. And we're going to do another check, which will be if the black hole is active. That should fix it. Hoping. Did not quite fix it. So let me make sure that this actually got disabled. Oh, this might be the issue here. So we want to also check this variable here. Let's try that. Okay, it pulled one in, we delete it, and it didn't fix it. Great! Actually, yeah, so if true, but down here, so maybe it's not setting it to false. We could check, so if the black hole is stuck to the tower base, then do this thing. Then take into account all enemies linked to the black hole, change their position to enemy spawner basic. The variable holding enemy of black hole is true. If the variable holding enemy is true, then delete the stuff. Okay. Not sure if I changed much there. That might have worked. Might have worked. Okay, that time it didn't work. So I think it's moving one, and then sometimes it pulls in another one right at the last second. Let me try this condition again. One of these has got to do the trick. This bug is a bit sneaky. All right, so let me think. So the variable active is true by default. Then down here, whenever the tower is being deleted, if it's a moon tower base, if the black hole is stuck to the tower base, change the variable active set to false. So let me try this. Let me not actually delete it. And then see if that variable changes, the object variable. All right, so pause that, look over at the debugger. Okay, here's our object. Active has been set to false. So that is working. So the enemy moves and then it comes back again. I could, I suppose, create like a buffer time for each enemy. It's kind of a workaround, but I could do it. So if I go to the enemy's group, I could add a variable to the group. Something like this. So apply the variable, or create it. Then, let's see, which enemy are we testing at the moment? Because we're going to need a timer. So this is the small. So let's say this can be an object timer. We're going to start, so that's going to be on enemies. The timer name is Actually, hold on. We don't want to start it here. All right, so what I'm going to do is the moment an enemy is I guess when an enemy is released by the black hole, it should become immune. So right here, this releases the enemy. So we're going to say start a timer, an object timer. On the enemy, it's going to be called black hole immunity. Okay, and so then up here for each enemy, if it's reached, let's say 5 seconds, then the immunity drops. So enemies, timer is black hole immunity. If it is greater than or equal to 5, then we're going to pause that timer. Then the black holes are going to say, let's see, so it's 5. So pause the timer and then change the variable. So after 5 seconds, pause the timer, and then change the variable immune and set that to false. And so over here, changing the position of the enemies to the spawner location. Set immune to true. And then I think also start that timer. Okay, let's see what happens now. Okay, so it worked a little bit too well, actually. Set the Boolean value of variable in black hole of enemies to false. Yeah, that's fine. Where is this? So if the If the timer is greater than or equal to 5 seconds, pause that timer and then change the variable immune to black hole, set that to false. There's one other condition I can check here, so it's going to be if that value is true. Let's take a quick look. Okay, that might have worked. It seemed to work that time. Let's see if we can get it to work again. I tell you, sometimes this logic is held together with toothpicks and bubble gum. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3. All right, so and get rid of that one. Yeah, I mean, that worked. Except, let's see here. Yeah, well, it didn't delete, of course. Let me set that to actually delete the tower now. All right, we're going to call that good enough for right now. And because I think Corey is running out of steam here. But yeah, we got the moon tower working better. I think it still needs a little more working. It's definitely my most complex tower. The Holy Tower might be second to that. So I think what I'm going to do is I still need to come up with a strategy for the Blood Tower as well. So what I'm going to do is just continue on either tomorrow or Thursday. And so thank you all so much for watching. Definitely appreciate the views and the support. Hope you have a great Tuesday night and a great Wednesday. And whatever it is that you're working on, or whatever house you're living in, I hope you have fewer bugs than I do. Thanks.